All right, guys. Here's my tips and tricks and my practical suggestions for you. Really, there's no right way or wrong way to do this. You've all heard there's plenty of ways to skin a cat. For me, there's plenty of ways to hit your macros. Just whatever works best for you in your situations. For me, I tend to meal prep just because it helps me. I don't mind eating the same thing over and over, and it helps me just go to the refrigerator and plan my next meal without having to actually weigh all the time every time. I just cook everything, weigh it all out, and I'm able to grab it. Um, Meal prepping like that can come in many forms as well. You can prep all your ingredients, cut up all your vegetables, cook your carbs that you like, your potatoes, your rices, and whatnot. And you can also cook all your proteins and portion them out to where they're ready to go and just grab. And then you can add, you can kind of build a meal from there, add different veggies, make a different type of rice bowl depending on the day. If you feel like beef and rice or beef and potatoes with different types of veggies, it kind of helps, and it kind of helps you stay within the portions, and you don't always have to be weighing out your food because everything's kind of pre-weighed out. It's kind of just, pick and choose what ingredients you want. Another thing is if you do have meals that you're a busy person, you really can't be cooking all the time, and you tend to eat out a lot. That's completely fine. You can pick meals at certain restaurants or fast foods or even food trucks and figure out the nutrient facts to fit your macros for a day, or just how they fit into your day as a schedule. Just know those, and you can plug and play with those. So like, say, like, if there is a certain meal you do like out and about, and you get it and you know how much protein, carbs, and fat it is, you can always just work that into your schedule without having to plan. You're just like, boom, I know how much this gives me, and vice versa. Another thing that helps with that is just kind of time. It really just takes, I know it's kind of tedious to be weighing and measuring and all that stuff, but after time you realize that, oh, okay, I know how much this is, I know what to do with this, and you kind of figure out your own little system that works right for you. Now, as far as like hydration and water and stuff, I tend to tell people that they don't have to chug a gallon or 2 gallons of water. For males and grown adults, I like to get upwards towards a gallon of water, but really it's just to where you're not thirsty, obviously, and you're urinating quite often, and it is a little bit more clearish than a darker yellow. That's just a good measuring point to or to determine how hydrated you are. I just, a lot of people just don't drink enough water. So even just getting a gallon or half a gallon to a gallon is a win in my book. So just try to get that water in. Now, as far as like sugar free drinks and sodas, I don't listen to the nonsense of all that stuff is bad for you. I don't go against artificial sweeteners and stuff like that. That actually really does help you in your journey. It doesn't, mimic insulin or anything like that in your system. So you can have your Diet Cokes, you can have your 0 calorie energy drinks. Those all kind of fit in, and they make dieting way easier. I spent 4 years not drinking a single diet soda, and what I learned from that is I really like having diet soda in my regimen because it really goes well with a meal, and it helps me not crave sweets as much, as especially using low non or 0 calorie, sorry, 0 calorie sweeteners. I use stevia. I put it in my oatmeal or use it as needed, and it works fine. It helps me get my sweet cravings. After it has that diet taste, I'm not gonna lie, but it does. You do get used to it with dieting as long as I have. It's like you got your sugar-free syrups, you got a lot of sugar-free sauces now. There's a lot online that you can use. There's a lot of ones on the grocery store aisles that you can use, 0 calories. Some are really good. I found that Joey Swoll's, I think it's called the Taste Flavor Company. That one is pretty good. Some of the ones on the shelves at the stores are hit or miss. Uh, my ketchup, I use a 0 cal or not. It's no sugar added. Sorry, not 0 calorie. It's a no sugar added Heinz ketchup. I think everybody uses that one. works perfectly well into your macros. I always suggest, if you don't know how to cook, learn how to cook. It's like a cheat code. Using spices and seasonings will not, like, if you've listened to this whole thing up until now, you'll know now that salt, spices, and all that will not add fat to your body. It might add weight holding water and stuff, but that water retention is actually a good thing, and that's not something we're going to be worried about because salt is actually our friend, keeping us nice hydrated by holding that water in there. And also, seasonings make food taste better. I think that's why people really don't like dieting, is because they think they have to eat bland, nasty, just unenjoyable food. You don't have to suffer here. Now, I choose to eat the same meal every day because it makes it easier for me to stay on track. If I was a pickier person or did not prefer to do that, there would be some more dials and knobs to turn there, but I could still get there without having to sacrifice enjoying the actual food. Um, so this really is just to kind of open your guys' eyes up and give you more ideas of how to hit your actual calorie goals, and that it doesn't have to be such a stressful journey. um, Again, guys, this is all really just suggestive. What fits into your plan, what fits into you, as long as you're hitting your macros, as long as you're getting there, and what makes it easiest for you, that's what's optimal. I hope all this helps, guys. Like you already know, I'm here to with any questions. If you have any questions about this or tips or anything, always hit us up in the communities. Good luck, guys. You know you got this. Kill it.